So Derek, what do you say to your clients when they say, I don't know what to eat for breakfast if I want to eat a vegan breakfast, what could I eat? Could you give some examples of what you, your 2 kids, and your wife might eat?
Absolutely. It's like I was saying earlier, we really try to base our diet off of these foundational whole foods. And I completely give Marcella credit for making all these delicious recipes like you see on our blog, whereas I do much more bachelor cooking, which is like smoothies and sandwiches. But the fundamental thing is fruits, vegetables, whole grains, or beans. If you're eating those things, you're going to be fine. So a breakfast that I have 6 or 7 days a week, and I have for a decade now, is just oatmeal with some berries in it. I'll cook a cup and a half of oatmeal with some hot water, put some spices in it, and maybe some walnuts and blueberries, and I'm good to go. And I might change that up on the weekend, having a fancy Sunday breakfast. I will make chocolate oatmeal, and I'll mush up bananas and put cocoa powder in there, and it'll be chocolate oatmeal. I might even go crazy and add some peanut butter. But it's very straightforward. Another thing, the kids really like cereal because all their friends have cereal, and everyone has cereal, and cereal. We just get plain shredded wheat. It's just shredded wheat squares. There's nothing fancy about it. And you get that, some soy milk and some blueberries, and it's delicious. You don't need to have Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops and things. You can just have shredded wheat if the kids want the whole cereal experience, or if they want to feel like it's easy for them to make their own breakfast. And then other than that, we do smoothies pretty often. Usually we have a smoothie in the afternoon, but we can certainly, especially on like travel days or days where everything's crazy, we'll make a smoothie to take on the road. And, that can be fruit. Sometimes we'll put something like tofu or a scoop of protein powder in there. But always greens. So you'll either have kale in it or spinach or something like that. And that's just a really quick and easy, on the run, get some nutrition in you meal. But like I said, I love oatmeal. I have it every day.
Those are great ideas. And I think, Dotsie, that we've talked about this, but I like adding, you have to cook it, cauliflower, because it's kind of like your white beans, but it adds a thickness to it. And this would be for someone who doesn't want to add as many calories, because cauliflower is pretty much just no
like
calories.
In a smoothie, you mean?
In a smoothie, and it makes it super thick, but you can't taste anything. Try it.
Just like white beans.
So
right?
you just cook the cauliflower, then cool it, because you don't want your smoothie to be hot, and then cool it, and then just I add like a lot. And the thicker you want it, the more cauliflower you put in. You get some, cruciferous vegetables at the same time. I'm giving Derek a tip.
Good job.
Look at me.
That's actually a great idea for bodybuilding dieting, because the whole point with that is you're cutting calories and cutting calories. And so there's all kinds of tricks like that on how to feel full without overeating calories. That's a great idea.
And how not to feel like hangry when you are so many bodybuilders, or I guess really all of them that are omnivores, are cutting their carbohydrates. I know Nimai Delgado's told me, he said, backstage, it's like they just don't understand why I'm so happy, because he's back there eating a banana and had a sweet potato for breakfast, and they have been cutting carbs for how many weeks have they been cutting carbs when you're shredding? I don't even know for omnivore.
Typically it's 10 to 16 weeks.
And you're miserable.
Yes.
But you have to have less carbs too. You just have you don't cut it as drastically. I mean,
they completely cut them out, right? I mean, it's almost
just the chicken, no more rice.
Right.
Chicken and broccoli.
Chicken and broccoli. I cut calories, so except for protein, my protein stays the same, and I'm cutting both carbs and fat just to kind of systematically cut calories. But yes, every plant-based bodybuilder I've ever talked to, and athletes that I've trained for competitions, they've all kept their carbohydrates much, much higher than conventional wisdom says to. And I hear the same thing over and over again, and I've seen the same thing. It's like backstage, these bodybuilders are exhausted. They're hanging their heads. They're complaining, and they're sitting there like, I can't wait to go out and eat after this. They're just dreaming about their pizza and their cupcakes. Whereas we're like, we're good. Maybe I'll get a salad after this and, go back to the gym. And it's just... Yeah, I'm hungry and tired, because of course if you're under eating and exercising a lot, you're going to get hungry, you're going to get tired. But it's just the different level. It doesn't go to your head the way that restricting carbohydrates does.
What are some tips that you have for us and the audience who want to feel full and still be cutting calories?
That's a great question, because this is, for anyone who's looking to lose body fat, this is kind of an essential thing, is you need to eat less. You don't want to cut all your calories, because like I said, you'll lose lean mass, but you want to, you do need a caloric deficit in order to lose body fat. And so the cauliflower is a great idea. There's things like riced cauliflower, or I've even heard of, like, cauliflower pizza crust. That's usually the low carb people. But
This is the future.